Good morning. Oh, how was your morning so far? Have you had breakfast? I skipped breakfast today. I shouldn't have skipped breakfast. I'm very hungry right now, but I had some other things to do. I needed to pick some books out and things like that. But I had a pretty good sleep. I had some odd dreams. It was really weird. I had a dream that I was running along in the snow, and every time I stepped down in the snow, it would disappear, and then I farted and all the snow disappeared. So later on, if you see me outside, plug your nose, I suppose, because I'm going to want to get rid of all the snow. Weird, weird dreams. I like dreams quite a bit. It's almost like when I have a busy mind, and I go to sleep, I have to tell my mind sometimes that I'm laying in bed and my mind is all over the place, and I have to tell my mind, listen, I can worry about I can worry about everything else tomorrow, or I can think about things tomorrow. But right now, my time is sleeping time. So I have to tell my brain to just shut down and calm down, and so then I'll tell my brain it's time to dream. And then sometimes I have really weird dreams, and I have scary dreams sometimes. Do you know what? Do you like scary dreams? I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of like scary dreams. Well, I like waking up from scary dreams. Sometimes I'm in a scary dream and I don't, oh man. Have you ever had a dream where you were dreaming and then it was a scary dream and you woke up and you're like, oh, whew, thank goodness it was a dream. And then something else happens and scares you. And you realize that you didn't really wake up from your dream. You were dreaming about having a dream, or dreaming, I guess, waking up from a dream. Addison and Hartney, did you ever have a scary dream? Yeah, I've had scary dreams sometimes, and I like waking up from them. And then yeah, I don't really know what today's going to be about. I'm going to read two books. I'm going to read How Full Is Your Bucket? This one's for kids. They make an adult one as well, and it's awesome. And Henley and Maya are watching as well. I realized I could see who's watching if I read the screen there, but I've got ADD, so if I don't get to your name, sorry, but because I get distracted very easily, like I did just now, you know. And Raven in Saskatoon is there. Look at this, and I'm gonna read this one first. It's called A Great Day for Up. So this is great. And somebody says I have the hiccups. Oh my gosh. Sawyer. Sawyer is out there and Ryder is out there watching as well. I've been asked a couple of times maybe to just talk a little bit and before I start reading the books, because not everybody is able to get there in time to I write at 10:30, which is well 10:30 our time. I don't know what it's like. I think it's 9:30 in Saskatchewan and probably 11:30 in Toronto, and then maybe I think it's 2 days later in Newfoundland. Oh, Serenity, hey, good to see you. I'm so happy you guys are enjoying this. I really, really like doing this. I really like the fact that it gives me something to do too, because I'm getting a little bit bored at home because I can't go out and do my shows. For those of you that don't know what I do, um, I'm a comedian and a speaker. So what I do is I go out and I tell jokes to people and I perform in front of crowds. And then now, because of what's going on with the COVID-19 and people are getting sick, they're saying, okay, well, everybody stay stay at home until we can figure out how to make everybody better. So I'm so used to being in front of a big crowd that being just in front of myself and my stuffy. I found my stuffy. He's right there. He's there. He's hiding up there again. That's and he's happy to be here. And I did find my thank yous. Some people are asking, did you find your blankie? Yes, I found my blankie, Grandma Betty. I did find my blankie, and it wasn't with Serenity in Yorkton, and it wasn't with Jamie Jr. in Vancouver. You know where it was? For those of you who didn't stay in till the very end, it was in the dryer because I had to wash my blankie because they, you know, I was told don't take your blankie everywhere, and I usually take my blankie pretty much everywhere, right? And so I took it, and I wasn't supposed to take it while I was eating, and I spilled grape juice on it, so it had to be washed, even though it smelled like grape juice, and it was pretty awesome. I love grape juice. So I put it in the dryer, and my wife, Christy, who's awesome, she had said to me, "It's in the dryer. Don't forget your blankie's in the dryer, right?" And then, but sometimes say I hear things, but I don't always hear them. And what happened was, I heard her say something, and she said, "Did you hear me?" And I said, "Yes, I heard you." And it's really important to listen to the words that are coming out and not just the voice. And I learned that again today because last night Christy said, "Make sure you trim your beard because it's getting kind of like it's getting long here and it's getting long here. There's a couple parts that are sticking out." And yesterday I felt something on my face. I got and had an eyebrow. This is lash. This is lash. This is eyebrow that was right there. It was this long. It was crazy. It was like I was becoming a werewolf or something. And I haven't seen a full moon except for one time Kyler came out of the shower, and I was like, "Whoa, what's going on?" But anyway, so to make a long story short, which is probably too late, my wife Christy said to me, "Make sure," that's not her voice, but I have to make sure that you know this is her talking. "Make sure that you plug the trimmer in so that you can trim your stuff before you read to the kids. Trim your face and stuff, and maybe trim your hair because sometimes when I get sad or depressed, I don't shave my head. It's just something that I don't do because I'm like, oh, why bother shave my head? I don't want to." And so she said, "If you're going to shave your head tomorrow, make sure that you plug in the razor, the trimmers, right?" So, and what I heard is, and not listening to the words, I just said, "Yep, yeah, got it, yep." And then I get distracted because I have attention deficit disorder. And it's really important to make lists. And I wish I had made a list, but I didn't make a list. And I didn't plug in the trimmers. And so I don't know if you can see, but I only got to shave this little bit. I don't know, can you see? Let's see if I put this back here. Can you see that? Yeah, can you see? Or does it work better with my hat? Yeah, so you can probably see that I didn't. I'm trying to get my hat there. There. So this part is still hairy, and this part is shaven right there. So I'm wearing my hat today. Okay, so I am going to read a book, but remember, listen to the words, make a list, and if you say okay when somebody asks you something, make sure you really know that it's okay and that you've really heard it, because you don't want to have half a head of hair. I guess you're a kid, so you know. I'm going to read 2 books today. Today is a great day for Up by our friend Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss in the house, so the house, and with a mouse and a grouse and a announcement. And the pictures on this one are done by Quentin Blake. Quentin Blake did these pictures. I really like the pictures in this book. Part of the, I'm talking very fast. Part of what I do is I look at the art as well. So that's great. Hey, my buddy Ward Johnson, who I went to school with when I was a kid, I guess, as opposed to going to school when I went to school with him when I was an old man. That's what I did. And then I got younger. And you know what? My buddy Eric the Red is watching, and his little brother Ben. Eric is one of my favorite kids too. He makes me laugh so hard, and I make him laugh too. So it's awesome. I miss making people laugh. I hope I'm making you guys laugh out there. I can't hear it, So if you want to send me a little message later on saying that I made you laugh, and then I'll pretend that you have a laugh. I love different kinds of laughs. I love the laughs, and I like but my favorite laugh is when somebody snorts, and people get embarrassed when they snort. They're like that's my favorite, because that means that I'm making you laugh so hard that you can't control your breathing. And I think it's really funny too, that it's always a pig sound when you snort. It's always it's never like another animal sound. I thought it'd be really funny if it would be another animal sound, like another farm animal, like or or oh, here's a, wouldn't it be great if it was like a turkey? You're like I don't know, you know, I don't know how to make those sounds. I just do. Oh man. Alice is watching from Saskatoon, and somebody's reading, "Those are very funny, but can you please read the book? I have to go pee." Oh, okay. Well, I guess I should probably read in my head before I read out loud. So, Gary, here, I'll read this, or we can wait for you to go to the washroom. A great day for up. Here we go. Dr. Seuss. And pictures, pictures by Quentin Blake. This is a bright and early book. Well, of course it is, because it says, "Up, up, the sun is getting up." The sun gets up, so up with you. Up, you're number one. Up, you're number two. Up heads, up whiskers, up tails, up, up. Great day today. Great day for up. Kieran and Keegan, I'm glad you're watching as well. It's up, up. You! Open up your eyes. You worms. You frogs. Baby. You butterflies. Oh, what does a butterfly sound like? I can't believe it's margarine. Up whales, up snails, up rooster and hen. Up girls and women, boys and men. I really like the artwork. It's very simple, right? Not everything has to be, you know, the perfect picture and things like that. A great day for up feet, lefts and rights, and up, up, baseballs, footballs, and kites. A great day to sing up on a wire. Up, up, voices louder and higher. Actually, my voice went lower there. Higher, higher. Sing, 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 your bird, bird, bird. A bird and a butterfly to me sound pretty much the same. Upstairs, up ladders, up on stilts. A great day for up Mount Dilma Dilts. Dilma Dilts. Dilma Dilts. Read the book first, so just up Dilma Dilts. I love this picture. Look, these people are like, look what we're doing. Look what we're doing. We can climb. We can climb. We can. And the goat's like, yeah. Look what I can do. Just right there with one toe. Can you? Everybody's doing ups on bikes and trees and buttercups. Buttercups, buttercups, up, 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 buttercups. Mm, buttercups, buttercups, a flower. I thought it was a cup of butter. Mm. Up, up, waiters, alligators, up, folks, up in elevators. I think this is one of my favorite pictures in the whole book right here. I like the pink. Pink's one of my favorite colors. One of my favorite. Do you have a favorite color? Brown. Brown's a good color. Purple, yellow. Awesome. Anybody like pink? Yeah, my Jeep. I have a Jeep called the Anti-Bully Machine, and it's pink and purple and teal, which is kind of a bluey green color, sort of like what's behind me. Blue. Somebody likes blue. I like blue, but I don't like being blue. If that that makes sense. And red. Keegan says blue. Kieran says red. Oh, I do like pink, and I got picked on a lot sometimes because I would wear pink shirts and stuff. And oh, you want to hear a really cool story? Okay, so my young son Kyler, a long time ago, he was wearing a purple shirt, and he came home from school, and he said, "I can't wear a purple shirt anymore because they said it's a girl color." And he goes to his room, and I thought, well, I'm gonna tell him, you know what? It doesn't matter what color your shirt is. It's like it's like your skin. It doesn't matter what color. It's what's within that makes you, makes you who you are, not a shirt or anything like that. And so I was waiting for him to come out of his room, and he comes out wearing a bright pink shirt. Ha! And he says, "Let him talk about me now." Oh, because it doesn't matter. Jack says red, black for Damien. That's awesome. And hot pink. Green. Hot pink. I think that's like regular pink, but it just comes out of the dryer. You're like, did I read this one already? Elegant. Oh, yes, I did, because I showed that. See, I get distracted easily. Squirrel. Up. Up giraffes. Great day for seals. A great day for up on Ferris wheels. I have a friend named Ferris. He lives in Toronto, and his dad is Matt, and he's a magician. Up, up, up. Fill up the air. Up flags, balloons, up everywhere. I've always wanted to go on a hot air balloon ride. Has anybody? Yeah, has anybody been on a hot air balloon ride? Oh, I'm just excited. I think I'm going to go this summer. Up, up, up. A great day for up. Wake up, every person, pig and pup. Till everyone on earth is up, up, up. Wake up, everybody. Everybody. Except for me. Please go away. No up today. I'm sleeping in today. Ah, he was sleeping in. Up for everybody. Doesn't apply to me. I like sleeping in sometimes. It's really hard. It's really, really hard. Oh, Serenity likes black and dark purple. That'd be really cool car color. I love cars. Um, Sometimes I get really like really tired, and I'll sleep up in the morning. But when I was little, and sometimes even now, if I have something exciting to do, I don't sleep in. Like today, I was up at 6:30 in the morning. 6:30 in the morning, which is like 4:30 for Damien and his boys in Vancouver. So I was up really early because I'm like, oh, what book am I going to read? I was so excited to come and read to you, and then I thought, oh, I'm going to shave my head, and then shave bad. Oh, there you can really see it now, hey? La 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 la. This is kind of like maybe if I had told my son, "Go mow the lawn," he's like, "Okay." I don't think that's the sound a lawnmower makes. It would be cool. And he's like, "Okay, I'm done." And I'm like, "You didn't do the whole yard." And he goes, "Yeah, well." Oh, and guess what? My friend Carmen, Nana Carmen, who loves penguins, she made me hats, like the hats for nightcaps, I guess they're called, for nighttime. And I had to measure my head. Guess how big my head is? It's 24 inches around. 24 inches around. This 24 inches. That's 2 feet. 2 feet around. And it's kind of like, well, you know what? My having a 2 foot head is kind of like um, parking a tiny little smart car into a regular car parking space. There's 2 feet of empty space. Nothing? I'll just read them. This book is called How Full Is Your Bucket? And it's I read it the first time a few years ago to some kids, and I quite liked it. And then I put it somewhere saying, I'm going to read that again, and I just found it. This is written by Tom Rath and Mary Reckmeyer, and it's illustrated by Marie J. Manning. And it's available on Scholastic and probably at your school. I think your school needs this book. So here we go, Tazzy reading. Sometimes I'll stumble over my words because with my dyslexia, it makes it a little bit harder. But we just allow that and we don't get embarrassed. Felix was putting on one of his last blocks on his tower, and his little sister came in. I want to build with you, she said. Felix scowled. Go away, you're too little. Sometimes we do that, right? Little brothers and sisters, you're trying to do something, and little brothers and sisters come in, they're like, wah, wah, wah. She said, I'm big. Stay back, you'll knock it over. I'm very careful. Go play with your baby toys, Anna. And here she's like, oh, Felix, Felix, whap! And she knocked over all the bricks with her dolly. The dolly looks like she's having fun, though. Grandpa! Grandpa shook his head. Felix, you just dipped into your sister's bucket. Like everybody else, Anna has an invisible bucket. When it's empty, she feels bad. But when it's full, she feels great. Didn't you ever notice your own bucket? Invisible bucket. Sometimes Felix couldn't quite tell when his grandfather was joking. But the next morning, when Felix woke up, there was a small gray bucket floating above his head. Look at the dogs like, bro, what's that bucket? Oh, and he's waking up at 7 o'clock, so it must be a school day. When Felix came down to have breakfast, Mom was in a hurry. I've got to get to a meeting this morning, and it's almost time to go. Anna, sit still. Felix slipped, and the cocoa wheats scattered across the floor. Felix, yelled his mother, you should have used a stool to reach that. Felix could feel his bucket tip, and big invisible drips spilled out. Drip, drip. Ha ha, Anna laughed as she crushed the cereal beneath her shoe. Drip! Get the broom and clean up that before you miss the bus, scolded Mom. With the school bus honking, Felix quickly swept up the cocoa wheats and grabbed the last blueberry muffin, but before he could even take one bite... Buster jumped up and grabbed the muffin from his hand. Drip! Oh, that's a great name for a dog. Buster! Hey, look at Felix's new backpack. My baby brother has one just like it. Uh-oh, people are being mean. Drip. Another drip came out of his bucket. Oh, and look at, and people are talking about him. Psst, psst, oh, Felix, you know what? Drip. Watch out, shrimp. Drip. Oh, I know what they're saying. That every time something sort of goes wrong in your life, or if people are mean to you, it empties some water out of your bucket. Drip, drip, drip. Oh, man. It was still morning, and Felix's bucket felt almost empty. I've had days like that. Oh, man. Where you're doing something and nothing seems to be going right, and the bucket just feels emptier and emptier. Hey, Tanya Lee, she's my buddy. She lives way over in England, I think, somewhere not near me. She lives far away. That's awesome she's there. Tanya Lee, I miss you, love you. As he watched his classmate, walk into the room, he secretly hoped they would trip and fall. That's what it's like when your bucket feels empty. Oh, you know what? That's 100% true. Sometimes when bad things are happening to us, we wish bad things would happen to other people too, which isn't fair, right? We should always be like, oh, I hope everybody's okay. But sometimes with our bucket empty, oh. Felix slumped into his seat and waited for something else bad to happen. Miss Bumblenickel walked slowly up to his desk and handed him a paper he could hardly bear to look. Well, see, when things are going bad, often we're like, everything in the whole day is going to go bad. So, and you know what? When we think like that, sometimes we make things in the whole day go bad. If we're grumpy and we're thinking, oh, the whole day is going to go really bad, and we think like that, it actually makes things go bad, I think. I don't know if there's any scientific. See what Mrs. Bumblenickel needed to say. Felix, you wrote a wonderful story. Would you please share it with the whole class? Felix grinned and felt a drop land into his bucket. Whoop, drop. Oh, he's getting his buckets full. The class grew quiet. Oh, I can show you this picture while I read the other one. There you go. Look at me figuring stuff out. The class grew quiet. They laughed at all the right places and oohed at the scary parts. When Felix finally read the end, everyone clapped, even Emily, who sat next to him and usually didn't like dinosaurs. Felix felt a whole shower of drops land in his bucket. Maybe the day wouldn't be so bad at all. Drop, 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 drop. The book is called The Gigantosaurus Who Wanted a Pet by me, Felix. Oh, so when things are going well, you feel drop, drop, drop. Oh, my buddy Dallas is there. She knows what it's like too. We both know what it's like to have our buckets feel empty and then to be nice and feel it fills up. This is great. Oh, look at this. So nice things are happening and positive things are happening. He's sitting next to his friend and he's got a note from his mom that says, I love you, Mom. Because sometimes moms, you know, and dads and things, they're like, oh, it'd be pretty grumpy, but they still love you 100%. Just because some things make them grumpy, it's because their bucket is empty. So maybe giving them a hug will help fill it up. Team captains for today are Veronica and Felix. Drop. This one makes me laugh. Nice cow. It's a dog. Well, nice colors there, Felix. Drop. Cool laser ant backpack, Felix. You see, somebody made fun of that same backpack a little while ago. And hey, Alvin Law, my buddy Alvin is from Saskatoon. Oh no, he was originally from Saskatoon. Now he lives in Alberta. He's watching too. That's awesome. He's a good friend and he's a really great speaker too. If you have a chance to see Alvin, that's great. But you see how this little girl saying cool laser backpack, and then back here, this guy is like, oh, making fun of his backpack. So like it took a drop out and then it put a drop in. That's awesome. You know what I always say, because sometimes people can be very mean. They can. And what I try to say and try to remember is that when somebody's mean to me, I try to say to my head, don't let the meanness of one person dissuade you from seeing the love of everybody. Because, you know, sometimes people will all say something and people will laugh and then somebody will say, well, that's stupid. They'll put a comment on. And I shouldn't listen to all the negative stuff. I should just listen to the positive stuff. By afternoon, Felix's bucket was nearly full. Because during the beginning of the day, it was empty, so it's getting full. So every nice thing drops in your bucket. At recess, he looked around, and Felix suddenly realized that his grandpa was right. Everybody else had a bucket too. Drop, drop. Oh, he starts doing nice things for people to fill other people's buckets too. Well, let me help you. Drop, drop, drop. Here's your baseball catch. Thanks, dude. Drop, drop, drop. Oh, this is one of my favorite pictures in the whole book. I'm Felix. First day? Yes, I'm Amir. See, they're sitting on the bench. Maybe that's a friendship bench. Sometimes some of the schools that I go have friendship benches where if you just need a friend, you can sit there and somebody can come and talk to you. I know what it's like to be in a new school and not know anybody and be very scared, and that's awesome. The strange thing was that for every drop he helped put in somebody else's bucket, he felt another drop in his bucket. So when you do something nice for people, it makes you feel awesome as well. When Felix burst into the door after school, he shouted, "You were right, Grandpa. I do have a bucket, and I understand how it works." Then he saw Anna's torn doll. Then he saw Anna's torn doll. "Bad dog," he almost scolded. But then he thought, dogs might have invisible buckets too. And he said, "Your dog will be okay, Anna," he said to Felix. "Mom will fix her. Until then, do you want to help me build the tallest building in the whole world with my blocks?" And so they did. See, at the beginning of the book, beginning of the book. So at the beginning of the book, he didn't want her to play with the blocks, and now they're like, yep. So they did. They played with the blocks. So when you're talking to people and you're feeling kind of low or you're feeling happy, remember what your bucket is. I think the bucket's like your heart. How full is your heart? Some days your heart can feel like it's kind of empty and everything's going wrong, and then you start doing things that are nice for other people or people are doing nice things for you and your heart feels full. So make sure you fill your heart up. It's hard sometimes to be at home as long as we're going to have to be for a while, and it's going to be hard to get along with our brothers and sisters and stuff and cousins or whoever happens to be over. But you know what? Just make sure that you're aware of other people's buckets and keep yours as full as possible. I'm going to go play with my son for a little bit, and then I'm going to go for a walk because I want to get outside, and I'm going to charge up the trimmers, and I'm going to finish, my head there, and get ready to read to you guys tonight. Keep your bucket full. Remember, be safe, be silly, be brave, be kind, and always be you. Because in everything you say and everything you do, you never have to be perfect. You just have to be you. Lots of love. Talk to you later.